Ow! Good job, buddy. Good to see you.
From Arizona.
Hey, how are you? Good to see you again. Yeah.
Thank you. Arizona.
Hey, how are you? Good to see you.
Hey,
Good to see you. Good to see you too. Hey, how are you? Yes, sir.
From Arizona.
How are you? Good to see you. Welcome. There he is. There he is. Welcome. Good to see you. Hey, good to see you again. Hey, good to see you. Yes, good to see you. Yes, sir. Hey, how are you? Welcome to Arizona. Welcome to the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl. Hey, man, how are you?
Good. How are you? How are you?
Welcome.
Hey, nice to see you.
Hey, good to see you too. Good to see you. Hey, man, how are you?
Arizona.
Good to see you. Welcome.
Thank you.
All right.
Arizona,
Victory
guys.
bound. There you go. There you go. Hey, good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome. Welcome.
How you doing?
We're great. Good to see you. Sure. All right. There we go. Good to see you. Sure. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good. Good to see you. Welcome. 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 Good to see you. Hey, how are you? Good to see you. Welcome. Welcome. Hey, how are you? Good to see you.
Welcome. Thank you.
Hey, how are you? Hey, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Huh? Good to see you. Hey. Hey, how are you? Welcome. Welcome. Good to see you. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Good to see you. Welcome. Guys, welcome. Welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome. 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 Good to see you. Good to see you.
Thanks for having us.
Great to have you. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Welcome. Good to see you.
Thank you.
There he is. Hey, how are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah, BC's down there.
Arizona, guys.
20-some years since I saw each
That's
other.
awesome.
Hey, how are you? Good to see you.
Welcome to Arizona.
How you doing? How you doing? Hey, how are you? Good to see you. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Hey, how are you? Good to see you. Welcome to Arizona. Welcome, welcome, guys. Welcome. How you doing? How you doing, man? How you doing? How you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome, Jackson. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. We're doing great. Welcome. Hey, how are you? Good to see you. Welcome. Good to see you. Welcome. Hey, there you go. How are you? Good, good, good. Welcome. Good to see you. Hey, I'll shake your hand. Absolutely. Welcome. Good to see you guys. Welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. A lot of each other. Good to see you. Right. Welcome. Good to see you. Welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome, sir. Welcome. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Welcome. Good to see you.
Busy.
Welcome. Like, how it is. It's like, can we get our bus now? Welcome.
Welcome, Daisy.
How are you?
Somebody dropped their hat. Guys, welcome. See ya. Welcome.
Welcome, Daisy.
Thank you. Welcome.
Welcome to Arizona.
Welcome. Here he is. Here he is. How you doing? Good to see you. Welcome.
Welcome to
Hey,
Arizona.
there he is. How you doing, Zach? Good to see you, man. Hey, how are you? Haven't seen Dave for years. Welcome, everyone. And I'd particularly like to welcome those viewing the Arrival Press Conference on fiestabowl.org. Now I'd like to introduce Chairman of the Board, Brian, who will welcome the Knights, and Coach O'Leary.
Thanks, Paul. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for we greet the UCF Knights of the Valley of the UCF finished number 15 this year in the BCS poll. They come into the Fiesta Bowl with a 1 record, and that's a record game-winning streak. This is a Fiesta Bowl of firsts. This is a lot of firsts this year, including it's the first American Athletic Conference title for UCF, and it's the first perfect conference record at 8-0. And Coach Leary gets all the credit for that. Leary, his 2013 squad posted their first win of over a top 10 team in number 6 Louisville this year, and it's first victory against a Big Ten program at Penn State. It's interesting, exactly 10 years to the date on December 8th when they accepted the bid to join us here in Phoenix for the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl. That was the 10th anniversary of Larry's hiring at UCF. So quite a remarkable accomplishment in 10 years to get to a BCS. With that, and no further ado, Coach O'Leary.
Thank you very much for that kind introduction, but we're very happy to be here as a program, a university, a fan base, and we're really looking forward to the Fiesta Bowl and the festivities and, of course, a very competitive game. We took a 4-hour ride out here, and the only thing I can tell you that when we left Orlando, it was about 10 degrees hotter. So we're looking forward to the cool weather as far as playing. Again, the great bowl game that you've had. And I've had a number of coaches call me, tell me what a great job the people doing this game, the festivities, and just the overall great interest in the game. So we're very welcome to be here, and we'll be as good a guest as we can be. You will be a great host. So again, thank you for having us here. With that, we'll take any questions.
Questions? Please identify yourself.
Joe Kepner, WFTV in Orlando. Can you just the demeanor and attitude of your team as they got on the plane and rode the plane here, and just what was that experience like?
Well, it hasn't since they announced we were coming to the Fiesta Bowl. As far as just can't wait to get out here, can't wait to play the game, can't wait to be competing that game, and it's been like that every day we've practiced. And this morning they were happy to get on the bus, head to the airport, and I could see by the faces getting off the plane, they're ecstatic being here, and can't wait to partake in the festivities with the Fiesta Bowl.
To your left, Coach.
Coach Scott Bordeaux from the Arizona. To your left. Just procedurally, did everybody make the trip that was supposed to? And two, what does this game do for your recruiting efforts, especially in the state of Florida, to have this kind of exposure?
Well, I think you can't pay for the exposure you get through the Festivity Bowl Committee, their media outlets, of course, ESPN doing the game, and just nationally, it gives you great exposure. And I've always said that two things can happen: you get great exposure, or you get exposed, one or the other. But we're looking to have great exposure here and be a very competitive game. And you can't buy the middle recognition you get from a game like this. And we're looking forward to it. And recruiting has greatly increased. We recruit the country, and obviously we have a lot more people involved in the national recognition we got this year.
Scott,
there's been a lot of talk about your quarterback, Blake Bortles, and whether he'll go after this season. People are talking about him as a top 10 pick. Have you had any conversations with him about his future and the decision he'll make after this game?
What's his name? Made.
Coach, Paul Tenorio from the Orlando Sentinel. You talked about the looks on the faces as they came off the plane. I know it's a small senior class, but these are guys that meant a lot in building the program to this point. What does it mean to you to see that class, those group of kids, enjoy, a welcome like this in a bowl game that's greater than any that UCF has ever played in before?
Well, obviously we only have 7 seniors on the team, so it's a young, but the seniors have done a great job as far as collectively, leadership, not just on the field but off the field. And the young kids, they're like little wild ponies. They like getting around, they like playing, they like competing, they understand what 60 minutes is, and and I've been very pleased with them. But again, this is a new experience from as far as some of them going to a bowl game. We've been to plenty of bowl games. It'll be interesting to see how they handle themselves, but they've been given a booklet and what they should be doing and what they had better be doing.
Third row.
Coach, we talked about the players. They're excited. How about you? You got this huge trophy in front of you. You just won Phoenix. How are you feeling right now?
I wish I could really tell you. I can't. But, I'm great. I love competition. I love competing. I love getting out there and seeing an excited community like Phoenix here. And I'm looking forward to enjoying myself. We have practice a couple hours a day and some meetings for that. But at the time, I'm going to thoroughly enjoy my visit here and whatever I can do to help Fiesta Bowl. As far as with media, everything else, I'm helping I can.
Coach, Baylor plays probably as fast offensively as any team in the country. Is there anybody you played this year that can approximate their tempo that will help you a little bit prepare?
Well, mostly everybody that we've played for the last 2 years has some phase of that. They run a play about every 17 seconds. So, I did order the lassos. They're doing. I got the 10-footers, not the 8-footers. We can slow them down a little bit there, but I think the big thing is Art. I faced somebody that does a great job with the speed of the game, and again, I think it's like everywhere else. When you have to be on the field, get lined up, you can't go in with a lot of defense. You got to go in and just make sure you can tackle in space. That's the difference, and get off the field, and then your offense has to basically move the chains.
To your left, Coach.
John Werner, Waco Tribune Hero. Coach, Blake, can you just describe his style of play, why he's such a good quarterback for you?
Blake Bortles. Well, the one thing, he has the size, he has the speed, he has the arm strength, which is prerequisite for quarterback. But I think what he does like all the good quarterbacks in the country that I respect. They can take a bad play and make a good play out of it. And he does a very good job of that. He understands defense, which helps him get the ball to the right area as far as the weakness of the coverage. Understands the run game, understands front mechanics, and again, he works at the game. Plus, very unusual, never real high, never low, keeps the poise himself. And we know quarterbacks cap our place, and because they are leaders already. They're the coaches on the field, and he's done an outstanding job of making the right decisions and making sure that basically we can move the chains and have an opportunity to chunk play. He's there getting it, but does a great job of avoiding the problems and making sure a good play out of the problem.
Any questions from camera? Okay, we'll take one more here.
Coach, ticket sales weren't what either Baylor or UCF wanted for this game. A tough trip for the fans to come out here. Are you disappointed in that?
Well, no, I think we'll have people out here. There's no question about that, a lot of people, but I think distance, the time of year, I think that's something to do with it. But I know one thing the school did, what they do to try to accelerate the sale of tickets. And again, we'll have our 6,000, 7,000, that's the number I was given out here, and there'll be lots. We have a bunch of people coming from different states that bought tickets elsewhere. See, that's not what's count, is where they bought outside, buying from us, but bought from Ticketron or something like that. So, but no, I think basically anytime you go to a bowl of this magnitude, which the BCS bowls are, as a coach team, that's what you're shooting for. If you can't play in the championship game, you want to get in the BCS games. And, whether there's 10 people in the stadium or 10,000 UCF, we're going to play the same way. So that's right. And I thought the school did a great job of getting the message out, why they should be here. And I think there'll be a lot of them here. There's no question, pulling in from probably tomorrow or today on.
Any final question? Coach, thank you in Arizona.
Thank you very much.